They were poisoning them like rats. Guys, 50,000 people died from this. This is the reason that when I talk about how our food is fucked up and it makes us sick, it makes us feel bad, all the chemicals in it, like what they're feeding us, what they're putting in our bodies. And people say, "Oh, Big Bear, the FDA would never hurt you." And then I'm seeing a lot of problems with these vaccines. People are writing, sending me these stories. I was always so trained to never question vaccines, but there is some compelling stuff that some of these vaccines have never had double-blind studies. And people think that there's no way the government would poison them. You're out of your mind. Listen to this, and this is real. I know that people are so full of free porn and heroin and sugar and stuff that a lot of them don't care. I know our guys care. We got 3,300 people here right now. I did 6 hours of streaming yesterday. Apparently you guys are caught up. The FBI alcohol poisoning program, 1920 to 1933. The FBI deliberately, this is during Prohibition, the FBI deliberately contaminated just vast quantities of alcohol with kerosene and iodine. 50,000 people died from this. They were trying to deter people from getting alcohol. So they were poisoning them like rats. Guys, 50,000 people died from this. Alcohol, I'm drinking alcohol right now. That whole law was total horseshit. It's like to keep people, to enforce the government's will. They wanted a deterrent. They're like, these people are drinking too much booze. They poisoned it like rats. 50,000 people died. And thousands more went blind. They had hallucinations. One man said he saw Father Christmas poised to attack him with a bat before dropping dead from a small amount of alcohol. Some of you guys know this, and you're like, yeah, I know about that story. Most of you don't. Most of you have no idea that that was a government program. For 13 years, 13 years, they poisoned 50,000 people. Guys, it's only, and the government has only gotten bigger. It's only gotten stronger. I can't believe that people trust the government. And when I talk about the moon landing hoax, and they're like, Big Bear, but the government wouldn't lie to us. They poisoned indiscriminately. They didn't know who was going to drink it. Just vats of alcohol with the intention of killing random people, random Americans. And think of there was no class involved in that. There was no race, no gender, no religion, none of it. It was indiscriminate murder. 50,000 people drank alcohol and died because the government wanted to enforce prohibition. Many, many, many others went blind. If that doesn't make you think, if that doesn't make you say, like, I don't know, like, it's like, and then when people talk about 9/11, where it's like, yeah, but no one would hurt their own people. The whole pyramid, the whole top is run by absolute psychopaths. People that their pastime, like what they enjoy doing is going into a grove and doing mock like Satan rituals and pretending to kill people and worshiping an owl. And, like if you look at like Hillary Clinton's WikiLeaks Podesta stuff, what they did for fun was they would hire this woman, this Satanist, I can't remember her name. It's got this weird Russian name, where she would make cakes and food that would be exactly like a female naked body. And they would pretend to cannibalize the body. And they would cover each other with blood and semen and milk. That's what they do for fun. That's what we know about. They also do ritual sacrifice. I mean, if you look into the Queen of England, like what she's been caught doing up in Canada, oof. Yeah, Abramovic. Abramovic, yeah, and she's tight with like Lady Gaga and all the Hollywood people. And the craziest thing, and this is what you should really watch out for, and this is why I did a whole episode on wizardry. Check out my episode on wizardry, because I like to arm people. I don't do this to scare people so you watch to be scared. That's not the point. I want people to be less nervous because they have some like ways around it. Watch out for mockery. Mockery, this is one reason why I'm almost a little ashamed at my profession. Mockery is the way that people avoid any criticism. Like someone could be like, Hillary Clinton, did you eat a baby? And she's like, people eat babies. Like, yeah, of course. Like, what's wrong with you? Of course people, I mean, what kind of deplorable degenerate, some close-minded, Bible-thumping redneck who doesn't understand that people eat babies sometimes. Like, go to school. Like, that's what they do. They own it and they mimic and they ridicule. And that way no one ever is held accountable for anything. It's pretty insane. So true, that's perfectly stated. Oh, thanks. No, I'm an expert at mockery. I'm an expert at mocking people. I just never did it to avoid my own problems. In fact, good comedians use their own problems to show other people that it's funny and not tragic. That's the whole point.